The situation in Ukraine by the end of September 28. Kharkiv direction. Ukrainian formations continue to make attempts to break through the defense of Russia at the turn of Liman 1st, Tavolzhanka. The Russian forces managed to repulse the attack of the assault detachments in Tavolzhanka. The Ukrainian military was forced to retreat to regroup. Ukrainian troops managed to gain a foothold in the area of the station Kupyansk-Uzlovaya and Kovsharovka. According to some reports, after intense fighting, the RF armed forces left Kupyansk. Russian troops attacked the areas where the M777 howitzer crews of the armed forces of Ukraine are located in Divroshnaya. They also struck at the manpower, equipment and objects of the enemy in Golyabovka, Kupyansk, and Shchukovo, Liman direction. Ukrainian units made an unsuccessful attempt to storm Liman from Dibrov. At the same time, the next offensive of the Ukrainian army from Ozerny and Shchukovo ended in failure. On the northern flank, Ukrainian formations established control over the village of Katerinovka. At the same time, the enemy is making attempts to occupy the territory near the village of Kolodezi in order to cut off the road from Svatovo, through which the group in Liman is being supplied. The offensive of the armed forces of Ukraine continues in the direction of the village of Borovoi. The Ukrainian units have fortified themselves in the village of Pesky-Radkovsky. Mobile detachments of the Ukrainian army operate in the area of the southern outskirts of Podliman. On the western flank, Ukrainian units are advancing from two directions to the Shandrigolovo region. From the north, Ukrainian troops occupied the village of Sredny and, according to preliminary data, Novoslovka. The Russian forces managed to repulse another enemy attack attempt on the village of Drobyshevo. On the entire sector of the front, Ukrainian formations suffer significant losses in manpower and equipment. To make up for irretrievable losses, the command of the armed forces of Ukraine is transferring reserves to the combat zones, Bakhmut direction. Assault detachments of PMC Wagner continue to advance on the positions of the Ukrainian army in the area of Bakhmut. At the same time, Russia is attacking enemy logistics stations in Bakhmutsky and Vesela Dolina. On the southern flank, the Wagnerites are fighting fierce battles with Ukrainian formations in the village of Otradovka. Lugansk region. Ukrainian formations using HIMARS MLRS fired at civilian infrastructure in Lysychansk, Alchevsk, and Perevalsk Donetsk direction. Russian troops during the offensive at Mariinka and Pasok did not reach their goals and suffered losses. The command of the armed forces of Ukraine put the unit on full combat readiness for a possible counteroffensive on the positions of the Allied forces in the area of Prechistovka and Pavlovka Zaporozhye direction. The Ukrainian command of the Dnieper grouping continues to pull together manpower and equipment to carry out the planned offensive against the positions of Russian troops in the Orkhovsky and Gulyai-Polye sectors of the front. Ukrainian units intend to make another attempt to attack Russia's positions in the Msta-S area. Russia worked on military facilities and infrastructure of the enemy in Zaporozhye, Stepnogorsk, Novonikolivka, and Stepnoy. Some of the shells were shot down by air defense systems.